Hello everybody. As you're watching this, I'm assuming that you are having the same problem which I had with my smartwatch, my Fitbit smartwatch, in this case the Ionic. But I'm pretty sure this will help for other Fitbit smartwatches which use this magnetic charge cable. The problem is at some point it might happen that the watch is no longer charging. Screen goes black, and whatever you do, nothing happens. Normally when you connect the charge cable, screen will come on and say that it's charging, and it will show the charge at that moment in time. Be mindful that if your smartwatch has been off for a longer period of time, it might take a while before it actually starts showing that it's charging once you've solved the problem, which I'm gonna try and explain to you how you can do that. Now, there's a lot of tips and tricks out there about restarts and all that sort of stuff. But the problem is usually the contacts. So there's quite a few tutorials on that, how you can clean these, because it's important that these three contacts here are well cleaned. Obviously, the same goes for the cable. Usually the cable is not so much the problem. The problem is more likely to be on the watch itself, because you're wearing it. There's all sorts of dust and other stuff that gets stuck here, and that messes up the contacts. Now, a lot of people will tell you to brush this and clean it properly, and that of course is a good thing. What they usually don't tell you, and which I found out to be my problem, because I've cleaned them like nobody's business, same here and over there, and still didn't work. And it felt at some point that this cable was not connecting properly to the phone. Normally when you hook it up on the phone, it just snaps on like that, and it is pretty tight, as you can see. Now I started noticing that that was no longer the case. It was not as solid as it is now. So on further inspection, I noticed that if you look at the charge cable, you'll see that the connectors that actually charge the phone, the smartwatch, are 3 pins. But these 3 pins are within a small ring, as you can probably see. Now that means that these pins have to sink in quite a bit to make contact with these 3 dots on the smartwatch. So you can clean these pins, obviously, is a good thing. Same on the smartwatch. But over time there is again a buildup of all sorts of, well, I call it debris on the smartwatch, but not just on the pins. There is a little groove in an oval shape around these pins. It's a bit hard to focus and show it at the same time, but anyway, this oval groove tends to fill up with dirt, and that's not always very visible, but I noticed there was quite a bit of rubbish and debris in there. So I picked it out carefully with a safety pin. You gotta do that careful, because of course it's a pretty vulnerable component of the smartwatch. But you'll find that once you've cleaned all this out, the cable will again attach to the smartwatch as it should. And from that moment on, once you plug your cable in on a charger, that your screen will come on and show you that it's actually starting to charge. So like I said, it might take a little while. If your screen has, or if your smartwatch has been off for a long time, so the battery's completely discharged, so that might take a little while. But normally when you plug it in to the charger, it should come on your screen and say, start off with 0% probably, and it'll start charging. So I hope this helps you, and if it does, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. really like to hear if this was able to help out more people who experience the same problem. So take care and good luck with starting up your Ionic.